welcome to my channel. My name is Yasmin and I'm passionate about skincare, beauty, lifestyle and wellness. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, please do subscribe. So this video is going to give you a rundown on my favourite products by The Ordinary. Now, if you don't know what or who The Ordinary is, first of all, where have you been? Secondly, don't worry, I will give you a quick rundown. So The Ordinary is a daughter company of Toronto-based beauty megacore Deciem, and they offer a whole load of beauty skincare ranges. The Ordinary came onto my radar about 2 to 3 years ago, but I only started using their products about a year ago when I really started to get into skincare and thought I would invest a bit more time and effort into it. This video will break down 5 of my favourite Ordinary products by means of pros, cons, tips for use, and would I buy it again? The most important question. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First of all, we have the Buffet Multi-Technology Peptide Serum. Peptides are short-chain amino acids that are used for building proteins within the skin, not limited to collagen, elastin and keratin. Peptides are fantastic in skincare for targeting signs of aging. This serum claims to target fine lines, dynamic lines, wrinkles and textural irregularity, as well as surface hydration. Pros of this serum, I did find it was fantastic for hydrating the skin, which is kind of what we want a serum to do. I found it helps with textural irregularities to an extent. It's not really a huge skin concern of mine, but for example, when I use a new serum, my skin's not used to it or my skin freaks out. This serum is a fantastic remedy for that. Third pro, I would say, it's a good serum. She's basic, and I don't say that in a derogatory way. I just mean it does what it needs to do. There's nothing wrong with it. Cons, I wouldn't really say that there are any cons to this particular serum. Tips for use. So first of all, do not mix this serum with vitamin C or acids. That's not a good idea at all. Use this serum about 2 to 3 times a week when I'm taking a break from actives, because I can't mix them. It gives my skin a bit of a break from those sorts of ingredients. I would use this serum after cleansing, toning, hydrating. I'd give it a few minutes to sink into the skin before moisturising and applying SPF, which everybody of every race, ethnicity and gender should be doing every day. Would I buy this again? Yes, I'm on my 2nd bottle of this serum. There's no major issues, so yeah, I'll probably continue to use this. Second up, we have the Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 1% serum. Niacinamide, also known as vitamin B3, is fantastic for a whole range of skincare concerns, not limited to dark marks, blemishes, pigmentation problems, including hyperpigmentation and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, congested pores, regulating the sebum activity of the skin and softening fine lines. The zinc salt in the serum is also great for regulating sebum activity of the skin and is an antioxidant, so combats the effects of free radicals on the skin. Zinc itself is also found in a lot of anti-acne medication and topical treatments. For your information, free radicals cause damage to the skin. So basically they try and take an electron from the skin's atoms. So this can cause damage to your DNA, as well as increasing the visible signs of aging. So the pros of this serum, I really enjoyed this serum. I found it was really good for controlling my oiliness. I have oily combination skin, and I don't know if anyone else suffers with this. You have this horrible midday shine. This serum is fantastic at just reducing that as a whole. It didn't get rid of it because that's just my skin, but it really did help calm that down. I initially purchased this serum because I was suffering with a bit of, this is so dramatic, Esmond. I initially purchased this serum to target some dark marks and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. I found that this was really good for that after watching James Welsh's videos. I love him. I guess I could say it did help with softening fine lines a little bit. I don't really have too many, but I don't notice them, so maybe that's the niacinamide working there. I did find that the serum was really good at evening my complexion as a whole. Cons, there are no cons to this serum. Girl, I love her. No, there are no cons to this serum. You can do no wrong. I think the sun shines out of this serum, I'll be honest. The only thing I would draw people's attention to is patience and consistency. So for me, as soon as I got this serum, I was like, dark marks, pack your bags. However, I would say it took about 4 weeks for me to start to see results from use of the serum. Okay, tips for use. Do not mix the serum with vitamin C or acids. It's not that they can't be mixed. Mixing them just can compromise their effectiveness and can cause skin irritation. I would use this serum about 3 to 4 times a week. Again, when I'm taking a break from using active ingredients. So just to piggyback off what I said before, use this 3 to 4 times a week for 4 weeks and you're going to see some great results. Use this serum before using heavier creams and allow it a few minutes just to sit into the skin. Would I buy this serum again? Absolutely, without a second thought. I've just finished my second bottle in over about a year. Yeah, about a year, and I love her. I love it. I love it, her. I'm always personifying things. Yeah, I really enjoy it, so I definitely buy it again. Third on the list, we have the Hyaluronic Acid 2% and B5. So this isn't a serum, this is touted as a hydration support. Hyaluronic acid is a natural substance produced in the body. The largest amounts are in your connective tissues, in the skin, eyes, and even in your neural tissue. Its function is to retain water to moisturize your tissues. Hyaluronic acid retains 1,000 times its weight in water, just for some perspective. It's one of the most common substances used in fillers, like facial fillers and whatnot. Vitamin B5, also known as D-panthenol, is a humectant, meaning it enhances the surface hydration of the skin and stabilizes the function of the skin barrier. So it's a great partner for hyaluronic acid. Best formulations of hyaluronic acid contain hyaluronic acid that's been micronized, so there's different weights. Sometimes the molecules can be too big to penetrate the skin, or where the hyaluronic acid is contained in a vehicle to enhance the skin's ability to retain the moisture. My skin felt really hydrated. It always leaves me feeling very like dewy, moisturized, and like it plumps the skin almost. I would also go as far as to say that fine lines kind of become blurred because there is that much moisture in the skin, which is fantastic. Yeah, so cons, I don't like that it feels like quite tacky and sticky once you've applied it, and once it dries on the skin, but like before you apply your moisturiser, it can make your skin feel kind of dry, if that makes sense. I don't know if I am making sense. Yeah, I just don't like that it feels tacky. I have used, prior to using this hydration support, I'd use a hyaluronic acid spritz, and that one, my skin was like, oh! Do you know what I mean? Like it was really like plump and dewy. Not to say that this product doesn't do the same, but it works better after you've applied a moisturiser. Tips for use, so I would use this after cleansing, toning, then I would apply this, wait for a few minutes until it kind of dried down, then I'd apply my moisturiser and SPF. Would I buy this again? Most likely. As I mentioned before, I have used a hyaluronic acid spritz that I really enjoyed. So I'm very much open to trying different hyaluronic acid products and formulations. The Ordinary do offer a number of hyaluronic acid based hydration support, so I probably will try another one of those. So next on the list is the Vitamin C Suspension 23% and HA Spheres 2%. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant used in a lot of anti-aging and brightening products for its ability to induce cell regeneration and fight the effects of free radicals. I would say while it isn't an essential ingredient to have in your skincare routine, it is really effective. Pros. I found this suspension was really good at targeting and removing dark marks, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and overall skin brightening, to the point where people were like, oh my gosh, are you using something different? And I think I could attribute that to the suspension. Cons. So, I did not enjoy the gritty texture that this suspension has. To me, it felt like there were bits of sand on my skin after applying, and I didn't really gel with that. I discovered that that was due to the fact that this suspension contains L-ascorbic powder. That's where the vitamin C comes from. But to be fair, don't let that put you off, because I know The Ordinary offers a different kind of vitamin C suspension in silicone, so that shouldn't be a problem there. One thing I didn't like with this suspension is the tingly sensation you get on your skin when you apply, if you've used acids in the AM and you're applying this in the PM. And the thing is, it wasn't all over my face, it's only in particular areas. I thought that was a bit strange. Another con, I think this has a very weird smell. I don't know how to describe it. I think it smells like sweaty leisure centre a bit. I don't know, I just don't really, nah. But it's really good, so what can we do? So a final con, I don't like that this serum has the ability to stain my bed sheets. So don't use this if you have white pillowcases. I didn't realise what was causing this problem for a good 2 to 3 weeks, but you wake up in the morning and you have like a circle of like yellow on your pillowcase, which is from the serum, because I didn't have it when I'd use any other products. Tips for you, so that links back into my previous con. Do not use the suspension if you have white pillowcases or bed sheets. I didn't start to see results until about between 4 and 6 weeks of use. Yeah, so just be patient and be consistent. And when I say consistency, for me that meant using this suspension 2 to 3 times a week. There is controversy over whether vitamin C causes photosensitivity. For me, I don't like to play with any of that kind of stuff, so I would typically use this suspension at night time. Also, given the heavy nature of the suspension, I don't think it would feel very nice to use it in the AM and then put SPF on top of that. Oh no, she won't do. Finally, do not mix this serum with acids or niacinamide. The most important question, would I buy it again? Now, I have had this suspension for about 8-9 months, and I would say I've used 2/3 of it. I have about 1/3 left. I'm open to trying other vitamin C products and serums, just down to the cons that I mentioned before. Finally, we have the AHA 30% and BHA 2% peeling solution. So this is probably one of the most prolific Ordinary products of late. I don't know what happened on Instagram in the last 12 months, but everyone and their nan is using it. If you don't know what AHAs and BHAs are, I'll give you a quick rundown. So AHAs are great for shedding the surface layer of the skin, so that's targeting concerns like dark marks, blemishes and uneven skin tone. So it's definitely a more superficial kind of exfoliation, whereas BHAs have smaller molecules and are oil soluble, so they're able to penetrate into deeper layers of the skin. So they're really good for congested pores, blackheads and whiteheads. And they're also using a lot of antibacterial and anti-acne based products. I have a long history of using acids within my skincare, probably about 10 years. I started out using very high concentration chemical peels. I think the first one I did was like a 50% glycolic acid peel. I became aware of this product about a year ago, and I was really intrigued because I don't really see higher concentration acid based products on the high street, and particularly not ones that contain AHAs and BHAs, so I thought, let me give it a go. I thought it was really good for dark marks, blemishes, evening my skin tone out and brightness. Like my skin just seemed really new and refreshed after using this, which I really enjoyed. I really liked how gentle this peeling solution was in comparison to what I'd used in the past. There was no downtime. Literally, you get back from work, you take off your makeup, Pop this on for 8 to 10 minutes and then you are good to go. I liked that this peel was virtually painless. If you've used or you've had a chemical peel before, you know that kind of intense burn you get as soon as it touches your skin, like you want to just scratch your face off or you need to like fan your face. There was none of that. And a final pro, I really liked how, again with what I was saying about the evening skin tone, it just really cleared up the appearance of any congested pores I had, which I've been noticing a lot more since I've been working in the city. I have found that some people say this peeling solution stains their skin because it is blood red. I usually remove the peel by rinsing thoroughly and then using a cool muslin cloth just to close up my pores, and I do notice that sometimes that cloth is stained, like it's got a bit of a pink hue, so that kind of just reiterates the importance of rinsing thoroughly after using this peeling solution. Tips for use: patience and consistency. It's like a running theme, oh my gosh. I didn't notice any benefits of this peel and was ready to chuck it out until about week 5. I was using it about 2 to 3 times a week. I kind of worked up to 3 weeks, but definitely stick it out and you'll see something, at least, we hope. I would definitely recommend limiting the use of other acids within your skincare routine. You have to remember that acids are chemical exfoliants, and just as you wouldn't use a physical exfoliant every day or like 4 or 5 times a week, you shouldn't use a chemical exfoliant in the same way. So those weeks that I was using this peeling solution, I wouldn't use like my acid toner or acid wash, if that makes sense. So yeah, just be mindful of that. So you don't want to dry out your skin, and need to give your skin a chance to actually repair itself and regenerate and regenerate those new skin cells. So yes, I would definitely buy this peeling solution again. To be fair, I've had it about a year and there's still like, I've got about a third left. So I'm in no rush and I don't use it that much now. I have a lot of treatments that I've got lined up for the next like 12 or so weeks. So I don't think I'll be buying it anytime soon, but that's not to say I will not purchase it again. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please comment your questions and your favourite Ordinary products below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Ciao!